What is that?
I don't know. I don't know, they're just fun. Rachel's direct, like, with things.
Yeah.
Like,
And she wants to confront things with questions and stuff.
Rachel's very direct, where she's kind of like, I don't know, vague about things, or just kind of, I don't know if there's an expression for it, but I can't think of it.
She's very
Rachel
passive.
doesn't beat around the bush.
She's very passive. Like, passive. She thinks
People
I'm
actually used it, like,
She's
in middle school. I remember that's like when Rachel kind of started getting very like direct and like straightforward.
Yeah.
Like her personality really came through, and people like thought people would literally call her the mean twin. Like they thought she was so mean. But then like by the middle of high school, people didn't think of her that way. Like people never that kind of wore off, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But people would always say that, and I felt so bad, and I would stand up for Rachel because, you know, they would talk to me about it and
But
complain.
not her.
I think they're berries for the birds, and like if you eat them, they're poisonous. I've heard.
If they're poisonous
I don't
to
know if
humans,
that's true.
you'd think they'd be poisonous
But
to
like I
birds.
kind of want to eat one.
They don't. I can't carry you out of here.
Bridge to
I don't
Terabithia.
Yeah, have you seen that movie?
Yeah, I think a long time ago.
Movie,
I
like-
used to love that movie. Like, it used to be my favorite movie when I was little.
yeah.
What was it about? Like the long story short,
Like
little fairies in the trees.
no, it's definitely a fantasy.
I don't know, I guess these kids kind of made their own little kingdom.
These kids kind of just thought up.
Yeah,
I guess it's more like their imagination, but it like actually shows it. And like the forest comes alive and stuff. And they like build this little kingdom in it. Oh
Ooh.
gosh, I don't go through.
Do you want to? Do you want to keep going, or do you want to just turn back?
Turn back.
Okay.
These shoes needed to get worn in better anyway.
Do you know of Stanley Kubrick?
No.
Do you know Marilyn Manson?
Heard of it?
Him.
What?
It's a him.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yoi Kusama.
Is she the one that had the infinity mirrors?
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
The, I've heard of her, but I've never really seen
You
her.
missed out if you didn't go to that. It's so good.
I went to the museum, but I didn't have enough money to go inside, so I just saw the gate. Was it good?
Mm-hmm.
It was cool.
What did it make you feel? What did you think?
It really inspired me, just seeing how unique her style is. Also, it
The
was just
diversity of her
it was-
work. Like, she did so many different things: sculpture, installation, performance, paintings. Like, so many different things. Like, she didn't really have boundaries and stuff, and she wasn't afraid to experiment and everything.
yeah, she was very like herself. Like she didn't really care what anybody thought, and she didn't like let other people influence her, I guess. But I also
she really pushed through the constraints of her past, because like if you ever like read about her and her past,
she had
and everything.
mental issues, right?
well, it was her situation, family situation growing up really like stemmed that. Like she had a really hard childhood and everything, and then also like when she was really into art, but her parents didn't want her to be an artist because, you know, they didn't see it as a stable career and everything.
If your hand gets tired, you could pass it on.
She moved to New York and stuff, and like to pursue art and everything. I think it's cool too that she didn't care about her parents, like what they thought, because like that's something I always kind of struggled with. I didn't want to disappoint my parents and stuff. But yeah, and I thought like her artwork, it seems like, especially like the rooms and stuff, seem like so simple, but still like are so fascinating and just really neat to look at. So, it's artists that I want to tell you about. I'm thinking I'll figure it out.
Okay. You got one? There's a series called the Up series, which is a very famous documentary series, which basically started in the 60s, where these group of filmmakers in Britain, they found some 7-year-olds in British public school, and they followed them with their camera every 7 years to record their lives and see how they've gone, you know, what the choices they've made. And it was supposed to be this sort of exploration of social class and everything, but it's naturally became this just document of just human experience.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how poignant it might be?
Oh, do you know, like, have you ever seen when people do like a second a day for like, I was thinking about that too, like a month or a year or sometimes something. They do it for a few years and then they just compile it all into a video, and then they like compile it all into a video, and it goes past like super quick, and like just shows their like change. I don't know. I guess sometimes like you might think like, oh, my life is meaningless. What have I done? You know, like it just feels like you haven't really done much, and maybe like looking back, then you remember things that you might not have, and like see like that like there's more to your life maybe than like it can seem looking back.
Hence the 1 second and 7-year documentation.
Yeah.
We tend to not think of our lives as meaningful in the day to day.
Yeah.
I think that's why we all three of us really love art so much and history, because it's a way to get reminded of how interesting life can be when we spend most of our days kind of boxed in by parents or...
Yeah, plus like I was talking to Jess yesterday in the car, like I think humans a lot of the times we forget or like don't realize like how much we need to create and how important that is just for like, I don't know, I just feel like it's in our nature, like we have to create in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. And like when people are, like I feel like I'm always the happiest when like I go through like stretches where I'm like creating a lot and in different ways and stuff.
I agree. That's why I can't stop doing this. I read a music magazine. There's a music magazine called Mojo that interviewed this singer. She sings for Florence and the Machine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Florence Welch.
Yep, Florence Welch.
Have you ever seen the YouTube video like touring her house?
No.
You should. It's like amazing.
I will definitely look that up.
What's so amazing about it? Just like, well, I don't know. It's a lot of like vintage stuff, and like there's just a lot of personality to it, and a lot of personalization. And also, like, she shows her workspace where she, like, does her songwriting, and it's just, like, sticky notes and, like, scraps of paper everywhere with, like, lyric ideas and, like, things, and it kind of shows her, like, creative process and everything, and, like, it just is, it's, like, it's a really inspiring space, and, like, that's something that I want someday, like, when I have a house or something. That stuff inspires me, and I don't want it to feel like any other space, you know? Like, that's like why I just love like collecting like vintage stuff, because it's all like very unique, like other people
There's more personality to it.
And it's just, I don't know, things like nowadays are just so like cookie cutter, like, just mass-produced and everything.
And even worse is that cookie cutterness bleeds into cookie cutter personalities.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which really is really sad.
Yeah. Like, I don't want my space to look like anybody else's. That just wouldn't be inspiring to me. And that would like hinder my creative process.
What do you imagine my space to be like?
Kind of simple, but not like in a bad way. Just And you remember you said like if it isn't broken, don't fix it. Like, and how you had like so much older stuff. Like, I feel like it would be kind of like you wouldn't have like a ton of stuff, and it'd be like stuff that you've had like held on to for a while.
You are correct.
Probably a lot of books and magazines and stuff.
You are also correct. I love magazines. That's why I call it the walking magazine.
I like independent magazines more so.
Yeah.
I don't like, like go to Barnes and Nobles and look at the magazines, because like even the art magazines there, because they're just like everything else, like these days they're like mass produced.
Right.
And they're just like, the clothes and the items like that you find. Have you ever heard of the Messy Heads? They're just,
no.
Well, you should look them up. It's like this magazine. There's these two girls in New York City, and they make this magazine, and it's like art, mostly photography, and writing. And it's like sort of like the style ideal thing, like where like they focus on like non-conformists and stuff, and like like they just originality, and like honesty, like just being you, like unapologetically, kind of not trying to be anyone else, not feeding into like what society's gonna like and things like that, and then also like it's pretty inspiring that they're like following like their dreams and stuff, doing this magazine when it's not, they don't have like, they aren't getting a lot, they don't have any security, like, but they're just doing it because they love it. That's definitely like how I see my future. They're doing it all on their own and everything, and like I definitely will do things just because, like, not for the gain or anything, just because it's what I like and inspires me.
So this house in 2014, 2015 was a house show venue called the Pink Mistress, and around 2016, I think, 2017, it definitely closed down. The landlords put a stop to it, and it repainted the house. No longer was pink, and became, well, just a normal resident house. The people that live in it call it the hippie house, but it is no longer the Pink Mistress anymore. One of the last house show venues that really big part of this local DIY scene in this college town. Lots of memorable times there. They had a wedding party there. They had a birthday party near Halloween. Lots of shows. I just gotta find it. I remember that story of them having such a show there that they nearly destroyed the floor. It's where I shot my first video here in Athens. It was on a Halloween, well, close to a Halloween night. It was a birthday party for Anna, and I had my old camera from Chicago that was sat in a box for 10 years. No, that's not exaggerating. It sat in a box for 7 years. And it was an old mini digital video tape player, and I hadn't touched it ever. and I just had this inkling that if I didn't, that I should bring my camera to this party. And it wasn't quite working, and I tried it twice or two or three times, and I was about to call it quits until I tried for the very last time to get the tape deck into the machine, and it took it, and the rest is history.
Music. Musician. Bjork.
Yeah, I never looked it up.
I'll text you the name because you might not know how to spell it.
Yeah. There's a J in it or something, right?
Yeah, BJORK.
So what are we cooking tonight, Jess?
Gosh, I actually don't know where I'm going with it. I got rice and onions so far.
Got them all from the Chester Hill Produce Auction, though.
Oh yeah.
Your first time, how was it? Did you enjoy it?
It was so fun. I love it. I never want to go to a grocery store ever again.
This is basil. This is a different kind of basil that's purple. This is stevia, which is like really sweet, like sugar. This is mountain mint, lavender, rosemary, I think lemon balm, lemon verbena, catnip, holy basil, and I can't tell. More stevia. It's really sweet.
Yeah, when I went to Alden, I picked out all the books on Satan, the myths of Satan, and books on heretics. This book I read talked about heretics being categorized in different ways, like eccentrics or reformers.
Rumors back in high school that my friend Logan she worshipped the devil, and people thought that I did too, just by association, because I was her friend. And she thought it was so funny that she just like, you know, she doesn't care what people think about her, so she just like carried around a satanic Bible, just like mess with people. Outside, and this water outside.
Okay, let's go.
That was like one of the things in the summer that everybody would look forward to and everything.
Sounds fun.
I don't know. There really wasn't that much there, honestly though.
We have a fair here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been to it.
Yeah.
A bunch of crappy rides.
Yeah.